Identifying.
The king of kings. Chopper for the win.
Hey everyone, my name is Gloria Sharinava and I run a channel called Glow Pinksta. I am so excited to see this video by Cakes by Chopper because it is an Ursula one, and as you know, I am a huge, well, probably not, but on my channel it's clear that I am a huge fan of Ursula the Sea Witch. Anyway, I cannot wait to see how it turns out and enjoy the video by Cakes by Chopper of Ursula.
Thanks for that, Gloria. Guys, please go check out Gloria's links in the description. She's amazing and funny, and I just love her channel. Okay, so what we're going to do is cut our cake into 4 pieces, then separate them into a pile of 3 and leave one at the side. You're going to taper off the 3 into an oval. Be sure to cut around the bottom and the top. You sort of want this ovally ball that's going to be her stomach and bottom. Then with the 4th piece, you're going to place that on top, carve it down at the front for her chest, and then just round it off to look like a pair of shoulders on the body, and cut in a little divot for her boobs. Then you're going to fill those, stack them, and give them a buttercream crumb coat all over it and smooth it out. Try and get it as neat as you possibly can. So when you put the fondant over the top, you don't want any cake protruding through or marking it and just making it uneven. Once that's done, pop it into the fridge and let that buttercream set so it's easier to apply your fondant. Now we're going to roll out some light purple. Now I pre-colored all of this so I had the body, the head and everything the same color, but you use a small ball to roll out and place over the top part of her body, smoothing it out, making sure it cuts into a V at the back. For her tentacle legs, you're going to roll out a snake and then cut them into 8 sections, roughly about the same size, and taper one edge down just by rolling it around. Place some purple on the bottom and then put some little divots in as suction caps. For her body, you're going to roll out some black fondant. You're going to cut out the shape of her bra and place that on the front of her chest and wrap the fondant around, and then just neaten it up at the back by running a knife up and cutting off the excess. All the pieces at the bottom you just tuck in and around the tentacle, and any part on the tentacle you just smooth down with a brush, and then we're going to hide that by twisting the legs and the way we shape the tentacles. So it's pretty tricky. When you do twist the tentacles up, I do recommend having something like a cup wrapped in a tea towel or something that you can push up against it to hold them there. As you can see, they kept falling on me because I used a lot of water. It was very warm and the fondant didn't want to work well. And I noticed a few fell down. When I pushed them up, they cracked, so it sort of made the cake look a little bit shoddy. So be prepared for that. For her head, I made this the first time just pure fondant, and I found it started to sag really easy. Second time I made it, I put a canister of gel food dye in it, and I made sure it was coated in cornstarch so that it wouldn't stick, and I found it just helped the head hold shape while it dried. So there's a good tip for you guys. Once you've got the shape of her head, you can start marking out where her eyes and nose and mouth would be, and then it's a matter of just applying little pieces. Like I put on the bottom lip, then I put on the top lip, shaped out her nose a little bit, put on some eyes, and I was so surprised at how easy it was to make a face like this. I've always found it a bit daunting, the whole sculpting side of things, and I've sort of steered clear of it. But after this, I'm quite confident. I'm thinking, wow, that was really easy for me. So I urge you guys to have a try. Just get some fondant, have a crack, and see what you come up with. For her eyes, as you can see, I placed on 2 little white balls and then just carved in where her eyelids would be. And the hair is just gum paste that I shaped into like little shark fins and then stuck them all over, and then a few flat pieces to round off the back so I didn't use as much gum paste. And then I used a scribe tool to carve in hairlines, which I thought looked really, really effective. I was really happy with how Ursula's head turned out. I could have improved it, but I mean, I was like not expecting it to work so well, so I went with it. By the time you finish with the hair, you can start on the face painting and stuff. I've painted 2 grey stripes up the side, and then I just used gel food dye to paint on the look of her lips and her eyelids, and used a little bit of vodka to blend. As you can see, it's very fine work, so you need a real fine tip brush. Paint on the blue for her eyebrows, and then I mixed a little bit of the red and the blue to make the purple, and then just blended that up. and then painted on 2 thin stripped eyebrows, and then carefully, ever so carefully lined off her eyes. I was so happy with the look of it. I was like, please don't wreck it, please don't wreck it. And as you know, with gel food dye, it's easy to smudge and smear it, so be extra careful. I also forgot her little mole on her cheek. With her arms, I just rolled 2 sausages and then some finger details and placed that on top and just shaped it around to look like arms. Very simple. I used a Starburst lolly to roll out a shell and painted that on. You can see here there's a bit of discoloration between her body and her head and arms. To avoid this, make the arms just after you make the body and then try the head, because I made 2 heads for Ursula and it just left a lot of time for the cake to be out in the air, so it did change a little bit. But there, once you place your head on, there's Ursula. It's a lot easier than it looks, guys. I do recommend you have a crack at it. Please check out my videos above and also check out Gloria's stuff. She is hilarious. Click the annotation and you'll go straight to her channel. Thanks, guys.
Don't underestimate the importance of body language.